Hey everyone, today we're diving into an interesting topic. What do Canadians think about Americans? Now you might think, oh, they're just our friendly neighbors to the north. They probably think we're all just delightful bundles of sunshine and freedom. And while that may be true in some cases, it's also a bit more complicated than that. Because let's be honest, we Americans can be a bit much sometimes. Think of us like a golden retriever puppy full of energy, a little bit clumsy, and prone to barking at squirrels. We're lovable, sure, but we also have a knack for accidentally knocking things over and leaving drool on the furniture. So how do Canadians really feel about us? Let's find out.
Loud.
Loud.
Pretty loud sometimes.
One of the most common things Canadians will tell you about Americans is that, well, we're a friendly bunch. We'll strike up a conversation with anyone, anywhere at the grocery store, in line for coffee, even on a chairlift going up a mountain. Canadians appreciate that openness and willingness to connect. However, that friendliness can sometimes come with a side of volume. Imagine this. You're in a quiet cafe, enjoying a peaceful moment with your double-double, when suddenly, the entire room is filled with the booming laughter and animated conversation of a group of American tourists. It's not that Canadians are opposed to having a good time, it's just that they might prefer to do it at a slightly lower decibel level. Let's talk about patriotism. Americans love their country, and they don't mind who knows it. We fly our flag everywhere. On our houses, our cars, our clothing. We sing the national anthem with gusto, and we tear up at the mere mention of bald eagles. Canadians, on the other hand, tend to express their patriotism a little more subtly. They love their country deeply, but they're not as outwardly demonstrative about it. This difference in patriotic fervor can sometimes leave Canadians scratching their heads, wondering if maybe, just maybe, Americans have gone a tad overboard with the whole USA thing. Canadians admire the American spirit of ambition and drive. We're known for our can-do attitude, our willingness to work hard, and our relentless pursuit of success. We dream big, we hustle hard, and we're not afraid to go after what we want. However, this relentless pursuit of achievement can sometimes come across as, well, a little intense. Canadians value work-life balance and community, and they might see the American obsession with climbing the ladder as a bit, shall we say, single-minded. Chapter 4. The Cultural Juggernaut. That's slowly taking over the airwaves. Let's be real. American culture is everywhere in Canada. From Hollywood movies to Billboard Top 40 hits, American media has a massive influence on Canadian life. And while most Canadians enjoy American entertainment, this cultural saturation can also lead to some mixed feelings. Think of it like this. Imagine constantly having your neighbor's very loud, very opinionated music playing through your walls. Sure, you might enjoy some of the songs, but after a while you'd start to crave a little peace and quiet, and maybe the chance to listen to your own music for a change. Chapter 5. Okay, this one might sting a little. Canadians often feel that Americans don't know much about their country, and honestly, they're not entirely wrong. We might be able to point out Canada on a map, most of the time, but ask us about Canadian politics, history, or culture, and we're likely to draw a blank. It's not that Americans are intentionally ignorant, it's just that, well, we tend to be a little bit America-centric. We're used to being the center of attention, and we sometimes forget that there's a whole other country up north with its own rich history, culture, and identity. Chapter 6. Canadians are known for their politeness. They say sorry more often than necessary, they queue patiently, and they generally avoid conflict. Americans, on the other hand, are a little more direct. We're not afraid to speak our minds, even if it means ruffling a few feathers. This difference in communication styles can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. Canadians might see Americans as overly aggressive or confrontational, while Americans might find Canadians to be too passive or non-confrontational. It's all about perspective, eh? Chapter 7. Despite any cultural differences, one thing Canadians universally recognize about Americans is their generosity and willingness to lend a helping hand, especially in times of crisis. Whether it's a natural disaster, a humanitarian crisis, or a global pandemic, Americans are often the first to step up and offer support. This compassion and generosity is something that Canadians deeply respect and admire about their southern neighbors. It's a reminder that, despite our differences, we share a fundamental human connection, and that at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Outro. So, there you have it. Canadians have a lot of thoughts about their neighbors to the south. We're the friendly but sometimes loud folks who love our flag a little too much. We're ambitious and driven, but maybe need to remember to stop and smell the maple syrup every once in a while. We may not always be aware of our northern neighbors, but when it really counts, we'll be there with open arms and helping hands. Look, no relationship is perfect, especially one that involves sharing an entire continent. But understanding each other's perspectives and maybe laughing at ourselves a little along the way can help us all be better neighbors. What do you think? Do these Canadian perspectives ring true? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting insights.